So my presentation is about a LabVIEW IDE extension, which is a right-click menu plugin called New VI from Template. And this is how the GUI of the tool looks like. The tool is available for download on VIPM and is completely open source and free, and the source code is available on GitHub. So in this quick presentation, I would like to briefly discuss the purpose of the tool, then give a few brief demos, and discuss future improvements and resources for developing shortcut menu plugins if there's time available. And take questions at the end, but I will also check the chat in the meantime. So if you have any questions, I'll try to read them as I go. The purpose of the tool is to facilitate the creation of new VIs and type defs based on templates in such a way that we reduce context switching and click count, and we make the whole action faster and smoother. And if that action does become faster and smoother, then it's probably going to be done more often, just due to how humans work. If something is quite easy and painless, then you tend to do it more. And I think using templates when we create new VIs and new controls is quite nice, because then our projects tend to kind of look the same, or most of our sub VIs in the project will look the same, and it's clear they were created from templates, which looks nice. And also this tool is compatible with all frameworks. It's agnostic or independent of any framework, so it's completely compatible with any of the major frameworks or other custom in-house frameworks as well. So first, I will try to give a demo of how we normally can create a new VI or control without having the tool. There's two options: one to do things completely manually, and one is to use the LabVIEW new dialog. So I'll try to briefly go through them. So here I've got a demo QMH project that I created. It's completely vanilla project. I haven't modified it at all. I created it using file new, and then I selected the NI QMH template just to have it as something to work with. So let's say I was working in this library in message queue, and I realize now that I need a new VI inside this library. Manually, what I would do is, let's say I have my template in here, I would use File Explorer to navigate to my template. Let's say this is my empty VI template. I would copy and then go to the location of this VI. I would perhaps paste it in here. And now I have it in there. Now I need to go here, add file, and I know I was in here, and this is the file I've just added. So I will add it to the library, and now likely I will rename it to what I need to do. Let's say this is new VI. And that's my new VI based on some sort of template I had. So it's an empty VI, but it follows a certain template in terms of its look and feel and so on, which I think is important, or it helps when dealing with large projects. So that was the manual way of adding that VI. It's not too painful. It just takes, let's say, a minute or two. Now, when this well, obviously adding new VIs is a very common action, one that we need to do all the time, really, when developing new projects. So therefore, to me, this was a bit slow. I thought to myself a few months ago that this is a bit slow. There is another alternative, which is to go here, File, New, and then you get this dialog. And then here in this section, you have a selection of NI made built-in templates. Which are great, and you can add them like this, and they will be added to the project if you tick this, which is great. And you also have a preview and a description there. So this is already a lot better. But I think we can do even better. So if I cancel out of this, I will now go to the second demo, which is using the tool to do a very similar thing to what we've just done. So let's say I was inside this VI here. and I realized that I need a VI to delete or destroy all my message queues. What I can do is I can right-click on a text box on a comment or on a free label, and I have this option here, new VI from template. This is how we trigger or we launch the tool. So we launch it by right-clicking on a free label. That's the way we launch it. So when we do that, we get this pop-up. It's a modal pop-up, so we cannot do anything else until we finish with it. If we change our mind, we can obviously close and go back to the VI. And here we have a list of templates that a tool can identify. And you see we can click on them and we get a preview of their front panel and block diagram, which we can move around if we need to. Also, we have some typedef templates. We don't see any previews there, but we can select them here. So let's say I want to select this template, and I will rename it with something like destroy all message queues. I can add the .vi or leave it out. The tool will append that for me if needed. In the VI description, I can give it from this window a VI description. So let's say this VI destroys all message queues. And I can select where it will be added as a destination folder. By default, this path is the same folder location as the VI where I triggered the action from, which was this VI, because often we want to create VIs in the same location where we were already editing some other VIs. But if we want to change that, we can press this and select a different folder. And here we have options whether to add it to the project we were working in, or to add it even better directly to the library we were working in. And if we were working in a class, in a LabVIEW class, then this would rename, this caption would be renamed and would give us the option to add it into the class rather than the library. So let's say we are happy with these options. I will do create. And you see, it created this VI straight into the queue. It's named how we named it. If I open it, I can see it's based on a certain template I had. And if I do Control H, I can see that the VI description is there like we typed it. So that worked well. That's good. Let's do it again. Let's say we are in this VI again. Let's add another VI. Let's based on a different type of template. So let's call this is a second VI created from template. Let's call this is a description. And let's say for this time, we realize we don't need this VI in the library, but we just want to add it to the project. I can untick that. This becomes enabled. I can tick that and do enter. And it inserted it, instead of in the library, it's inserted it here in the project. Okay. We can also create typedef. Typedefs, for example, this cluster typedef, or I have an enum typedef template as well. Let's call this typedef cluster from template. Do that, and it added it here. Like you see, it's made from a template, which also using the template means I don't have to drop down a cluster from the palettes and then populate some fields. I have the common fields I usually use here. So if I need to edit this, is much quicker than creating it from scratch again. And I do have the description there. Okay, so that was the second demo, which was using the tool. And now, okay, how do we add new templates? You notice that the tool listed 4 templates, 2 VIs and 2 controls. Where are those templates found? Can we add more files in there? Can we add whatever file we think is going to be useful as a template? Yes, we can. So by default, the location is stored in user documents, and then there's a sub VI there. So I will navigate to that location, and if I go to my documents, and I have here this folder here, and I have 2 subfolders, one for LabVIEW 2022, one for LabVIEW 16. This allows the tool to be installed through VIPM for different LabVIEW versions and work on multiple Lavvy versions at the same time. So, but because I was using Lavvy 2022 at the moment, so I'll go in here. These are the 4 file templates that were listed by the tool a moment ago. So in order to add more templates, we just need to add here more files, or of course replace or remove them as well. If you feel you don't need these templates, feel free to remove them and populate here with your own templates. So if I go to my desktop, I have here a folder where I have, let's say, 2 new templates. So I can move them from here to here. Now, when I launch the tool again, you'll see that the 2 new template files have arrived, and we can use them. They're ready to go. Okay. Now the next demo is, how do we change the template's location? Because perhaps our company has a policy that we want to keep our templates in a certain location, or we just have a personal preference to store our templates in a certain location. Now, by default, as I just mentioned, they are stored in the user documents and then in this folder. But perhaps we want to change that. No problem. Let's say we will copy or we will entirely move this. We'll cut them onto the desktop, just as an example. And we will get this new location. Well, I'll copy it, Control-C, and then I'll go to my Windows registry, and I can edit this key there. Notice I've changed it for Lavvy 2022. In reality, I'll probably need to change it for 2016 as well, just to make sure that that still works. But now that I've changed that, I can run the tool again, and it should work just like before. Sorry about that. What I want to do, let me go here, and yeah, so it works just like before. Nothing has broken, even though we moved the folder location that stores the templates, because we've changed the registry key, and the tool looks into this key to find the location where it's supposed to look. So this makes the tool customizable for your own needs. You can easily change the location of the folder and populate the folder with the templates you need. And those were the 4 demos. I'm mindful I only have 1 minute left, so I'll go very quickly through these. I have how to install it. You can install it from VIPM. The repository is here. It uses MIT license, so it's completely free to use. There is a community page as well here with more documentation as well. I was going to maybe mention these further improvements, but I think I'm a bit out of time, so I'll skip them. And there are some links to help someone get started with creating shortcut menu plugins if needed. Yes, I see a question in the chat whether I can share the GitHub link. Yes, of course, I will copy it from here. Let me copy the link from here and paste it into the chat. Yeah, and yeah, I think that concludes my talk. So I will stop sharing now. And yeah, thank you very much for your time.